I've given my fair share of pretty high price predictions and where I believe XRP could get to. Now, honestly, when I talk about these things, I always will say that there are things that need to happen, a lot of things that you need to look at and go, this needs to happen, this needs to happen, this needs to happen, right? When it comes to adoption, it comes to acceptance, it comes to ETFs, it comes to BlackRock and what they're looking to do, right? Asset management and being able to tokenize assets. Just a lot of things that need to happen in order for these kind of what some people would classify as wild price predictions. These price predictions, you need to have a lot of things that happen with it, and that's why I look at levels of maybe some more realistic perspectives, basically meaning that if you saw, let's say, a $10,000, $30,000, $100,000 price, you would know that everything needs to go XRP's way, and you need to have everything happen like 100% of what you believe is going to take place. And even if that, you still might not see these levels of prices, but you have a stronger chance by seeing it. Now, if I look at a lesser price, maybe $1,000, now you know that not that many things need to happen in order to see, those prices be hit. And if you look at a level of, $100, that can make it more realistic for a lot of people to go, all right, well, if one of these things happens, you know that these prices can get hit, right? So as an investor for an investment side of it and trying to just make money out of the deal, you want to give yourself the best chance to succeed in the end. And having all of those different price predictions, they can be wild, right? So I want to talk about a price prediction that came from a crypto expert, I would say, somebody that's been in the field for quite some time. And somebody brought it to my attention in the live stream. And I felt as though I needed to make a separate video on it and talk about it because the price prediction was a level of $10,000. And not only just the level of $10,000, like many other people will say, but also a time frame, right? Looking at it within 48 months is what they said, or 24 months is what they said. So that's something that when you see a price prediction, okay, what's the time frame? 50 years, right? What's the time frame? 10, 20, whatever. We're talking about 2 years. What's your logic on that? So let's go through what that logic is, as well as my thoughts on that logic. So if you guys could make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to check out my link for BTCC, feel free to do so. This is a platform where you can get a 10% deposit bonus. You can leverage trade up to a 500x leverage. I never recommend that. But you can also get extra bonuses up to $10,055 and 40% lower trading fees. And you only get all that stuff if you guys use my link at the top of the description. Now, leverage trading can be tricky. So just know that if you guys need any help or need any assistance, feel free to reach out to me on Patreon and we can talk about leverage trading and different strategies going into how you can be more proficient in leverage trading. But feel free to check out that link. It is at the top of the description. Now, the market, if I wanted to show you guys where the market is, the current market is at a $3.76 trillion market cap. We are seeing some positivity today, which is great in the early morning. If we look at XRP, it currently stands at $3.03. All time, it's up by 51,622%, which again is amazing. If we look at the last day, it's up by 5%. It's at a $180 billion market cap, $6 billion worth of volume, and still 59.3 billion in circulating supply. Now, many predictions that I've put out, I've talked about my realistic predictions and what I'm willing to accept. And my level, I don't need to see it anywhere above $100, but obviously if it does, I'll be happy with that. But that's kind of my willing to accept lower prices to see one of those things happen rather than all of them happen. Now, if we do see all of them happen, I still will have XRP left on the table, but majority of my XRP most likely will be gone, right? So and that's just my trading strategy as well as my investment strategy. So where does this prediction come from, right? This is where the prediction comes from, right? You have a wild XRP prediction. Crypto founder sees 10K price tag. Here's when. So according to Digital Ascend Group's managing director, Jake Claver, hopefully I'm saying his name right. I'll say Claver from the whole entire video. XRP could reach a price level that brings a dramatic shift in how value moves on its network. He argues that higher token prices make the system more efficient. Claver even lays out a bold target of $10,000 per XRP, and he says that that can happen within 24 months. The idea is reignited as reignited talks of crypto's next big rally. Price and liquidity efficiency. According to Claver, moving large sums of XRP ledger depends on a token price, and at $1 per XRP, you need 1 million tokens to shift $1 million. If the price rose to $10, you would only need 100,000 tokens. 100,000 tokens would do the job. And in a world where XRP costs $1 million, a single token could cover a $1 million transfer. This math shows Claver believes price and network efficiency go hand in hand. So here's the video. Let's go ahead and watch this really quick and just show this on video, and then we'll talk about it.
He says, is there a set amount of XRP needed to move a set amount of money? Do we know it makes more sense for XRP to be high priced? The fee is fixed on the network, and the higher the price of XRP is, the more money it can move for the less amount of XRP. So as an example, right now, if let's say XRP was $1 instead of what it is, it's higher than that. But if it was $1, you need 1 million XRP to move $1 million. And this is an example that David Schwartz said, you could use 1 million XRP to move $1 million, or if the XRP was $1 million a piece, then you would just need 1 XRP to move $1 million. So the network and the asset become much more efficient as the price increases of the asset, and it's really programmed to be around $10,000 is where it starts to reach some of its efficiencies. And so that's where I think it'll be in the next 48, well, probably less than that, next 24 months.
So if I had to give my perspective on that, right, I understand where he's coming from. Like, obviously things run more efficiently when you have less. Like, if I was looking to give you $100,000, it would be easier to transfer one $100,000 bill than having $100,000. And now you have to count those and have to make sure it goes through, like, all the human error, all of those things, right? Yes, that is the case. But in my belief, and this may just be the way that I look at it, it's not really based off of, like, if you look at the transactions per second, like, you can't do more transactions because you're doing less XRP. Unless you can correct me if I'm wrong. You have 1,500, the ability to do 1,500 transactions per second. That's just how that is. Now, it can be scalable and how you can do that, but it doesn't really depend on the amount of XRP that's going through. It just matters about the transaction itself. Now, when it comes to supply and demand, when it comes to the price, yes, right? You can say, oh, 1 XRP at $10,000 would be more efficient to move that much if you needed to, say, send multiple millions or billions of dollars. And that's more of a supply and demand situation, not really based on efficiency of it. So in my opinion, and again, it's my opinion, it's not fact, right? In my opinion, I don't really think that 100% correlates to that price to an extent, right? If that makes sense. I think it only gets up to a certain level where that's like, all right, if it was this much, this would be more efficient to send. But it's more about it's that much because of supply and demand rather than anything else, right? If you have a bunch of people that are holding it and you only have 20% of the supply that's actually in use because everybody else is looking to create some sort of store of value because they believe in the asset as a store of value because of the growth of the actual position, the use of the actual position, the adoption of the actual position, and then also reserves that can go into it. There are multiple factors that can get us down to using 30 or 20% of the entire supply. And if that's the case, then the price rises based on scarcity, based on not having the ability to, having somebody that's trading that or sending that. If I needed a certain amount of XRP, if XRP is $1 and or $10, and let's make it easier, $1, and I needed to send somehow, some way, I needed to send 50 billion XRP or something or whatever, it's going to be very difficult for me to send that. And in order for me to gather as much XRP or as much money as I need, the value of XRP has to go up. So people have to value XRP a little bit more. Hopefully that makes sense. It starts to get a little bit confusing. But I don't want to throw too many things out there to say $10,000 is that price. But I also don't want to deny it completely because I am a fan of XRP and I would love to see XRP at $10,000. I just don't want to get everybody's hopes up to say that this is going to happen in the next 24 months because of, the fact that we need to be able to, use or send that much XRP and make the chain, make it more efficient, right? I don't know if that's really the way to go, right? That's just the way that I look at it. Now, for me, I'm looking at realistic numbers based on what everybody's doing, what everybody's looking to hold, what the reserves are looking like, what the world is using XRP for. That's kind of what is going to dictate XRP's price in the end, not necessarily the flow of the chain. It's going to be 1,500 transactions per second until we see that truly be scalable. But it's not going to be more scalable depending on how much XRP is being sent in each transaction. I mean, if you have less XRP that's sending in each transaction, I mean, maybe that could be the case. That's why I said to an extent, but I don't know if that's really going to fully dictate the price getting to $10,000, if that makes sense. But maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, right? Again, this is just my opinion. It's not built by 100% fact. It's based on information that I've seen before, but also XRP is like something we haven't seen before. So how can I classify that or pin that to anything? So that's my opinion. I want to know what you guys think. Do you believe that we're going to get to $10,000 in the next 24 months? Or do you believe that we're going to get to lower levels? And if you do believe or don't believe, let me know in the comment section below everything that goes into that, because it honestly is very interesting. But if you could, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.